completed the 23. That's Cole Turner, who caught that touchdown a little bit earlier. One of the fastest players on the team, a 14-yard gain.
Watch Cade Klubnik work from his right. He wants the double move, the screen and go. Works all the way back to his left and delivers an accurate pass.
Throws it up and incomplete at the 5-yard line. Intended for TJ Moore. Clock stops with 11:23 to go.
I think they just ran the exact same play, but the opposite way. Tried to hit the screen and go to the right, didn't work, so he tried to hit the screen and go to the left.
Something we haven't talked about tonight is the explosiveness of this Clemson offense in contrast to last year, right?
A lot of that has to do with the quarterback. A lot of it has to do with the personnel. I mean, think about who those throws have gone to.
Maffa is a constant. Brought down to the 17, a gain of 4. You can look at the tangible numbers, and that's what the improvement looks like dating back to last season. Remember, they've had over 55 points in the last 2 games. And right now at 33 with plenty of time to go. Third and 6. Klubnik into the end zone, and there's going to be a flag. Moore was dragged down by Manley. They have been giving him work tonight, simply put.
Pass interference. Defense, number 4. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Stanford has left him on an island a lot. And look, he's competed. So I give him a lot of credit for that. Again, had a tough game a week ago against Syracuse at times. And at times tonight it's been tough. But the thing at corner is you can win more battles than you lose.
Right.
But the ones that you lose really cost your defense.
That's Excedrin headache number 42 right there.
Or is it jet lag?
Yeah, both. First and goal for the Tigers. Stanford trying to get lined up. Manley running onto the field. It doesn't matter. Touchdown, Tigers. Henry. Another one. Olsen, Pat Hendry. That's his first touchdown catch of the season. And another offensive explosion by Clemson for its 3rd consecutive game. (40-7). Is Clemson back? Are you buying or selling stock in them?
Are they really going to spend all day streaming college football on DirecTV? Can you blame them? They've got the biggest rivalries.
And bowl games. Speaking of, Frank, run a slant to the bowl of chips. Bobby, button hook to the salsa.
What are you going to do, Coach Prime?
Don't question your coach, man.
We're in the building, baby. Ooh, that was crazy. Travel, man. Let's go. You was in the air for like 20 minutes. You saw that vertical? You saw that dude's vertical? That's what I'm talking about. Bucket, bucket.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. Stop.
Leaves of 3, leave them be. Cans of 6, take your pick.
And head for the mountains of
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
They say you can't put a price on fun, but they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Fun's now $1.99 at Sonic with creamy queso wraps and more. Take that, they. The Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Feast your eyes on this.
Oh, that's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
Or they don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
Prime Big Deal Days is coming October 8th and 9th. With exclusive savings just for Prime members, you'll feel like a big deal. Shop deals on electronics, fashion, and more this Prime Big Deal Days, October 8th and 9th.
Hey Lexus, show alternate routes. Technology that's ready for the road ahead. The Lexus NX.
One of the UFC's most lethal weapons. Let's get it, 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 I got it.
Abbott Elementary returns October 9th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Welcome back, everyone, to Memorial Stadium. Clemson in control, 40-7. Looking for their third consecutive win. As you're watching ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. Clemson with almost 480 total yards of offense. Cardinal ball, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Time now for our drive recap, covered by Geico. And Klubnik can take some hits. It looked like they hit the decal right off his helmet, but he delivered a strike for the touchdown. And in the second half in particular, Roddy, the offense seems to be clicking better. What do you see differently?
Look, number one, they've hit their shots is the big thing. They've gotten some PI calls, but they've hit their shots. They created a turnover, and that big M word that Dabo keeps using, momentum, has really been on their side. They have played confident, and it felt disjointed in the first half. It has felt anything but that in the second.
They're outscoring Stanford 20-3 to nothing in the second half. Mosley with the catch and run. Pushed out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. He picks up the first down. Keep in mind that quarterback Ashton Daniels, as Quint reported from the sidelines a moment ago, has been taken into the locker room with an apparent ankle injury.
Hope that young man's okay. You hate to see it. A guy from Buford, Georgia, some 87 miles from Memorial Stadium here in Clemson. Basically a home game for him.
Yeah.
The ruling on the field is being reviewed if the runner's knee was down.
Well, that replay center, ACC replay center, not getting many breaks tonight. Was his knee down or not? Is it touching?
You can see it right there. Yeah, it looks like it's down.
Got that high resolution right there. It looks like it's touching the turf.
He was wearing the green leggings. You may not be able to tell, but the white stands out.
There you go. Q, I'm curious, what's the field like after all the
It's incredible.
moisture?
It's incredible to think about the rain that this region received on Thursday and Friday, that this carpet is about as immaculate as it gets. You'd walk out here, Mark, and you don't even know that it rained yesterday, and an amount, monsoon basically. This field is really a testament to the hard work of the folks here. It's as good as it gets.
Yeah. And Q, the grounds crew's been doing a great job here for years. And when I played here, it's one of my favorite fields to play on because it was a firm but forgiving track, low-cut grass. And there's places that you don't look forward to going to play because you know the track's not great.
Hey, man, I just want to know, what kind of numbers did you put up here? Did you give these guys work?
I don't know if I gave them work. We had a good record. We were 1-1 here.
Oh, okay.
4-1 in my career against the Tigers.
Oh.
After further review, the runner's knee was down at the 31-yard line. It's going to be second down. Stanford.
So they're going to bring it back to the 31-yard line. I'm going to hit that search bar and punch in Roddy Jones versus Clemson.
You don't have to. You don't
No
have to do
verification
that.
needed?
No verification needed. Let's just say a lot of hard hits happened on this field, and I was on the receiving end.
Iomanner couldn't hang on just through his outstretched arms. Incomplete. It's been a relatively quiet night for Iomanner. Had the one touchdown.
An opportunity here. It's rare that you see the ball hit his hands and end up on the turf.
He's made much more difficult catches than that. 2 receptions for 24 yards and a touchdown tonight. For the native of Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. City about an hour and a little bit southeast of Calgary. Third and 4. Lamson going to try and run for the first down and appears to have gotten there. At the 35-yard line, it'll be first down and 10. Hey, here's your Week 6 ACC Network football lineup. Begins next Saturday at noon with Boston College against Virginia, then Stanford against Virginia Tech. We'll cap the night with Duke taking on Georgia Tech at 8. Each game also available on the ESPN app. You can watch anywhere. So Duke, Georgia Tech, your alma mater next week.
Duke with a big win over North Carolina by 1 point at home over the Tar Heels. Tar Heels in a rough spot right now after dropping the game last week to James Madison in embarrassing fashion. Duke was behind in that ball game, came back from behind, and Georgia Tech coming off of a bye week after losing to Louisville. Should be a fun one.
Manny Diaz,
undefeated, man.
Yes. On 2nd and 11, incomplete. Lamson threw it over the other shoulder. Iomanner couldn't get to it. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
Ashton Hampton, who had the coverage on that, he's down on the field pregame.
Right.
He is one of the biggest cornerbacks I've ever seen in my life. I mean, straight out of Central Cass. He's listed at 6'2". He looks taller than that.
Wow.
And as a freshman, he's earned a little bit of playing time. They've been able to play a lot of guys, but I mean, he's got a bright future at the cornerback position.
Yeah, he had the nice pick 6 last week against NC State. 3rd and 11. Lamson incomplete. Broken up by Sammy Brown, intended for Irvin. So it'll be 4th down. In comes the punting unit with 8:46 to go. Lamson, the Syracuse transfer, on the sidelines now after that incompletion. Punt bounces at about the 27. Down at about the 23. 42-yard punt, nothing on the return. We asked you a little bit earlier. 3 consecutive wins now, potentially. Are you buying or selling the Clemson stock?
I'm doing what Dabo said after this next stretch of games. After the NC State loss, said better load up on Clemson stock. I don't take my financial advice from William Christopher Sweeney very often, but if I could buy Clemson, I would absolutely buy, in all seriousness. Look, the first half was a little sloppy, but this was a team that I thought coming into the year could be a top 10 team in the country. With the exception of 1 half of ball against Georgia, they've looked like it.
Sure have. Vecina in at quarterback. Christopher Vecina hands it off to Haynes. Short gain on the play. Matt Rose making the tackle. There's a look at the freshman from Birmingham, Alabama. Remember now, we saw Dabo, a win tonight for Clemson. He would tie Bobby Bowden on the all-time wins list in the ACC. And it was interesting to hear Sweeney tell us that when he first got the job here, interim position as an interim head coach, Bobby Bowden was the first one to call him. He's been a mentor and was a mentor to Dabo for a long time.
Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Swinney says that he still has an old voicemail recording of Bobby Bowden that he saved for nostalgic reasons. Talk about one of the legends of the profession. Nice tackle on the play by the Stanford defense, Matt Rose.
Really cool to hear Dabo talk about the impact that Bobby Bowden had on him and what it would mean to pass the legendary coach on the ACC wins list. Dabo obviously worked under Tommy Bowden when he first got here, and it was through that he developed that relationship. And as you said, it said Bobby Bowden told him that all the Bowdens were rooting for him when he got the interim job.
Yeah, great gesture. Haynes brought down about 6 yards shy of the first down. Dabo also mentioned Gene Stallings as a person of great influence in his life, former collegiate coach at Alabama. Now in his 17th season on the sidelines. Wow, time really flies. A couple of chips later.
It does. It's weird to look at that because that interim game, when he first game as the interim coach, was against my Georgia Tech team, which just lets me know that I've been out of the game for a long time. But what he has done, he's transformed the face of this entire university through the success of the football program.
Line drive punt fielded at the 35 by Bachmeier. Brought down immediately at the 34-yard line. 38-yard punt, nothing on the return. 1st and 10 for the Tiger. And in a profession where tenures don't usually run that long, look at that impressive list.
Yeah, it's incredible. Kirk Ferentz, Kyle Whittingham, Mike Gundy, Troy Calhoun out there at Air Force, Dabo Swinney, and Mark Stoops. A type of longevity. I mean, think of the lives of head coaches a lot of times.
Yeah.
They move their families. And Dabo's been here longer than that. He was on staff for a number of years before becoming the head. So,
been some greats come through the doors here. I think about Danny Ford, former Clemson coach here back in the day, and under 6.5 minutes to go. That pass incomplete by Lamson, intended for CeCe. You know, there's so many great places to visit while you're here in Clemson, South Carolina. I'll tell you, the blackout really hit hard. The lack of electricity in the area. But the Esso Club
is popping still?
Was still popping.
Of course it was.
Your man's got there yesterday for a little bit.
Did you really?
Had to visit. It's an annual tradition for Mark Jones. Yeah.
Staple.
Got to the Esso Club, and
I missed my my usual trip to Smoking Pig for barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Of the blackout.
Lamson. He's going to be sacked by Sammy Brown as we go back to the studio.
All right, Matt Berry back in our college football studio. If you want to finish watching Clemson and Stanford, go over to ESPN News. For now, we are bringing you the kick of the big one in the Big 12. Utah getting set to take on Arizona. Enjoy the game from out west.